Hi, kindergarten. I'm back, and spoiler alert, it's the same day as the other day. Don't worry, I'm not wearing the same thing like multiple days in a row. I'm just deciding over spring break to keep making videos for you guys so I don't get like having to do them at midnight like some nights, okay? So I hope you're having an awesome day in the future, and we're going to continue with our weather theme. Last thing we learned about, I think if I'm putting these in order, is we've learned about the water cycle and water. And today we're going to read a little bit more of a fun book. It may be fiction, it may be nonfiction. That's up to you to decide. So we'll kind of decide that at the end. But this book is called The Rain Came Down, and I think the illustrations are so fun. So I'm excited to read this too. And sometimes with a great cover, you can go like this, and it's like even more of a full picture. The rain came down. Oh, it's by David Shannon. What? We know David Shannon. You guys, David Shannon is No David Shannon. Remember? No, David. And everyone loves the picture where he's running butt naked down the street, right? This is the same guy. So I guess I'm looking at the illustrations, and he illustrated the book too, but he kind of did a different style than the No David book. The No David book looks a little different than this one, but I guess he's just a really great artist and he has a lot of different styles. On Saturday morning, the rain came down. It made the chickens squawk. The cat yowled at the chickens, and the dog barked at the cat. Woof, 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 woof. And still the rain came down. The man yelled at the dog, "Hey, be quiet!" and woke up the baby. Wah! Wah! "Stop all that yelling!" shouted the man's wife. Look at her on the phone. The dog barked louder. Ruff, ruff, ruff! And still the rain came down. A policeman heard the noise and stopped to see what was wrong. Woo, woo! I'm trying to make a siren sound. I don't know how good that was. His car was blocking the traffic, and half a block away, a woman squirmed in the back of a taxi. I wonder why she was squirming. Man, they were making so much noise in their house. The police came? Oh, gosh. "Hurry up or I'll miss my plane," she told the taxi driver. So he started honking his horn. Beep, 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 beep. Oh man, the rain is causing a lot of problems. The truck driver in front of him got mad and started honking back. "I have tomatoes to deliver," he shouted. Ah! Man, everyone's getting upset. Chill out. My gosh. The ice cream man heard the honking and turned up the music on his van. Jingle-a-jingle went his music, slap-a-dee-dap went his windshield wipers, and still the rain came down. Oh gosh. The owner of the beauty parlor came out to see what all the fuss was about. She bumped into the barber coming out of his barber shop, and they began to argue. "Hey, watch where you're going!" Up on his ladder, the painter grumbled, "I can't paint in the rain!" He started to climb down and bonked the barber in the head with his can of paint. Now, all three of them were arguing. Look, do you see that? The can of paint hit the barber in the head. Oh, gosh. Next, the baker stepped out of his bakery. "My roof is leaking and my cakes are getting wet," he moaned. He opened his umbrella and poked the pizza man in the nose, so they joined in the bickering too. Oh, gosh. I don't know if you guys have ever done that with your umbrella, but that's like classic. I always hit people with my umbrella by accident. A boy ran by, chasing a small boat down the stream in the gutter. He splashed a little girl, and she began to cry, and still the rain came down. Ah! It It's just water, you guys. The grocery man stomped out onto the sidewalk and yelled, "Where is that delivery truck? I need my tomatoes!" He ran into a lady coming out of the clothing store and knocked her boxes into his fruit stand. Oranges, apples, and lemons bounced on the sidewalk, and still, you guessed it, the rain came down. Rain just doesn't wait for anything. It's just going to do what it's going to do, right? The policeman walked back to his car. "What is all this ruckus about?" he asked. The whole block was honking, yelling, bickering, and barking. Oh, check out that illustration. And then, I wonder what's going to happen, you guys. Noticing a pattern. Remember, a pattern always repeats. And so far, the pattern has been, and still the rain came down. But maybe, does eventually the rain stop? Yeah, always. The rain will always eventually stop, right? The rain stopped. And so did the noise. And the sun came out. And the air smelled fresh and sweet. And everything shimmered. And a rainbow stretched across the rooftops. Wow. Look at that. I'm going to try and angle it a little bit better because I know I'm a little in the shadow. Does that help you guys? I hope so. Beautiful. Oh, don't you love the way the world smells after it's done raining? "It's much too nice a day to be arguing," said the baker. "I have cakes to bake, and I have pizzas to make," said the pizza man. "I could use a shave while my building dries," said the painter to the barber. Then they went inside. Oh, wow. You know, when it's not cloudy and it's not rainy and the sun's out, it really just cheers up your mood. That's why I'm outside right now, right? The policeman said, "Everything looks a-okay here to me." I really like that illustration, don't you guys? With the sun and the rainbow in his eyes. And he drove off in his car. The woman in the taxi decided she had time to have her hair done before her trip, and she went into the beauty parlor. So the lady with the boxes got into the taxi and went home. The truck driver told the grocer, "I have your tomatoes." "Wonderful," said the grocer, "but first, I have to pick up this fruit." The little girl and boy helped him, so he bought them ice cream cones, and the ice cream man gave each of them an extra scoop because it was such a nice day. That's amazing. Then the man, his wife, and their baby had a picnic together in the backyard while the dog, the cat, and the chickens slept in the warm afternoon sun. So nice. Beautiful. Do you guys remember how the story started? It started with the chickens, right? All because that one chicken who decided that he had to be so loud, right? And then it caused the dog to bark and the cat. Man, that chicken caused a lot of trouble. Kind of reminds me, because it's like that loop kind of a book. It reminds me of like if you give a mouse a cookie or any other book like that where things cause other things to happen. Do you think it's a fiction or nonfiction book? If you're watching this with someone, maybe talk about it. Fiction or nonfiction? I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking that it's, you know, it could really happen. I don't really believe that people could be so loud in their house. Like, well, I guess people could yell at each other really loud, but that the policeman would come just because, like, the baby's crying, and I don't know if I buy that. I don't know. I'm thinking, you guys, just because it's David Shannon and he usually writes fiction, I think it's a fiction story. So, my question with this for you guys to respond to today is, do you like rainy days? Do you like rainy days? Do you like when it rains? Tell me yes or no, and make sure you tell me why. So, your sentence might start off something like this: I like when it rains, or it should be going this way, right? I like when it rains. I like when it rains because, tell me why. Okay, what do you do in the rain? You know, sometimes I love a good rainy day, especially when I've been really busy and I've been running around in the sun, you know, been like, when it's a nice day like this, I just want to be outside, and then the next day I'm a little tired. So can't wait to hear back from you guys. Have a lovely day. Bye.